Gemini was actually to push out with the units that he has, he could cause a pretty significant amount of damage before 2week is able to respond with anything significant. But it looks like he is not going to move out just yet. And he has not expanded either yet. So once again, Terran versus Terran, it seems that he does not expand very quickly at all. The problem with not expanding quickly, though, is if your ally, or I'm sorry, your opponent rather, expands quickly, and you do not put pressure on them to make them pay for going for that expansion, then you can fall behind in the economic game very, very quickly. Although it looks like he is going to move out with his Marauders right now. He's got 6 Marauders at his moving out to this expansion here, and it looks like he's going to be taking on a Hellion and 2 tanks right now, which may be enough to take all of these units out. And he is going to take out the tanks, and there are 2 Marines coming out as well, but those Marines are going to go down very quickly. And it looks like he's going to be able to come over here and take out the workers from this natural expansion here, and this is exactly what he needs to do if he's not going to counter by putting up an expansion of his own. And now trying to focus fire down this command center. The command center only losing about 500 hit points so far, and it looks like he is going to lift that command center off, managing to take down 1 more SCV before he does. And at this point, if we take a look at the production overlay here, we can see that there is a Banshee and another tank coming out. The 1 Banshee built right now and another one queued up to build. So it looks like we are going to have to see some anti-air from Gemini if he wants to defend against this Banshee right now, which as far as I can tell, he does not have any anti-air in his base right now, and it looks like he's actually supply blocked, which is very, very bad for him because he's going to need to get some Marines or a Thor up for anti-air against this Banshee, and he just cannot do it because he is supply blocked. Although currently it looks like putting some pressure on the front base, there is 1 Thor out on the map, and it looks like he is taking down 1 of the supply depots at the entrance, and 1 of the other supply depots just going down here as well. So at this point, 2 is also supply blocked, and he's bringing in his 1 Banshee to try to defend against this. As 2nd Banshee just now popping out, although I think that Thor may be able to take on those 2 Banshees by himself. We'll see if he's able to take these down. 1 Banshee going down right now, and this 1 Thor left to stand alone. There are 2 Marauders on the low ground that need to move up here and help with this attack, but it looks like they are not yet. Although this Thor managing to do a pretty good amount of damage, it is going to go down to this SCV fire. Oh, 2 hit points, it barely manages to stay alive. Oh man, and some lag at the worst time possible, as there is a pretty good battle going on right now. But it looks like that siege tank will probably be in range of that Thor. Yes, and getting 1 shot off, manages to take it down. 4 Marauders on the outside, and at this point, 2week is in absolutely terrible condition. He does have the extra command center, but absolutely no SCVs right now. If we take a look at the units overlay, we can see that he has been down to 4 SCVs. So he is very, very in a bad place right now. And it looks like Gemini is going to put up a command center out at his natural base. So it's starting to expand now that he knows that he has a little bit of an advantage. And another Thor coming out to join the Marauder force on the offensive. And it looks like he is going to stick with this force, and a couple of Marines going out to defend his base, since he did see those Banshees come out. And we do see that it looks like 2week has tried to take the expansion in the middle ground here that's between these 2 ramps with the destructible rocks. This could go undetected for some time if we do not see any air from Gemini coming out here soon. And it looks like another Banshee moving out here, going to try to do some harassment. There is 1 turret out here on the mineral line, but there's nothing on the backside of the mineral line, so I don't know if Gemini is going to be able to hold this off or not. We'll see. He is trying to get 1 more turret up over here, but it looks like that Banshee is going to focus fire down that that SCV before it's able to get over there and build it. And a couple of Marines coming out trying to get on this Banshee. It manages to push the Banshee back a little bit, hopefully buying him some time to get this missile turret up. But no, he is going to come up and see that missile turret before it's able to get finished, and trying to get another SCV over there immediately to take this on. Oh man, this game is so back and forth right now. We see the army from Gemini is coming back right now, trying to defend against this, and that missile turret is nearly done. It is very, very close, but he's going to have to bring back these Marines to try to defend against that. And it looks like he is going to hold off this 1 Banshee, but he needs to get his SCVs back on the minerals as soon as possible. And at his natural expansion, he has gotten his command center up and running now, but does not have any SCVs mining there yet. So at this point, both players are in a pretty rough economic spot. It looks like 2week is managing to catch back up a little bit. He does have 10 SCVs now, as opposed to the 13 for Gemini. So not a huge discrepancy right now between the 2 players. Although at this point, I would definitely say that I think Gemini has the advantage, because he has been Other than that last bit of harassment, he has been relatively untouched, and it looks like 2week is going to lose this expansion on the low ground here because Gemini is moving to take out these destructible rocks because he of course is aware that this front entrance has been fortified once again with the supply depots blocking off the entrance and the tanks at the front. So it looks like 2week is moving out and Gemini is moving out and going to take out 2week's base. And 2week all but saying that he's going to lose this game when in fact the game is much closer. You may not be aware of how much that Banshee grass can set back Gemini, but nonetheless Gemini is able to move in there and take out that base, and it looks like he is going to move the remaining Marines and tanks over to this entrance to try to block it off with the siege tank mode and the Marines here to defend it, although I think this may be enough from Gemini that he is going to be able to just pretty much walk over this because of course the tanks, although they do a great amount of damage in siege mode, the Thors are just so powerful and have so many hit points that I think they'll be able to tank pretty well against these. Yeah, and it looks like he is going to take out those siege tanks, and he is going to move these Thors in with one Marauder and a couple Marines joining the fray, and it looks like 2week is going to GG and leave the game. So Gemini going to move into round 2 here, so we will see him playing in the round of 16 as well, winning with a 2-1 victory. So GG to Gemini and to 2week, and we'll move on to the next game.